Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining me again. Today's video is going to be about a pronunciation problem I identify quite a lot, and I would like you to try to correct it because it will make your speech sound a lot better. So what is the problem? The problem is related to the pronunciation of the ed ending in regular verbs in the past. You know that in the past, with regular verbs, you just have to add ed at the end of the verb, and the verb is in the past. However, the pronunciation for this ed has some variations. For example, you can pronounce this ed in 3 different ways. It's very important for you to know that. You don't pronounce ed as a separate syllable. Okay, it's not a separate syllable. For example, I don't say worked. There are not 2 syllables there. The first way to pronounce this ed ending in regular verbs is id. Okay, it's a very soft sound, id. But in which verbs should I pronounce id? All the verbs that end with a T or D sound. Pay attention, I'm talking about the sound. So if you have a verb, and in the infinitive form of this verb, the verb ends with a T sound or a D sound, which is t or d, you have to pronounce id when you put it in the past. Some examples, I have the verb to need. Need ends with a D sound. So in the past I have to say needed. Okay, it's not needed. No, it's needed. Needed. Repeat after me, please. Hated. Hated. Dated. Dated. Provided. Provided. Bunted. Bunted. Painted. Painted. Alright? So those verbs that end with a T or D sound, they must have the pronunciation of the ed ending when in the past as id. Alright? So this is the first case. The other 2 cases are connected to how much your vocal cords vibrate. So it's more like something related to voiced sounds and voiceless sounds. But I don't really think you have to pay much attention to it, to these concepts. You just have to pay attention to how it's pronounced, and by comparison, you can understand how to pronounce a similar verb. So the second case, for example, is about the verbs with voiced sounds. With those verbs, you have to pronounce the ed ending as d. Only a d, a d sound, d. Okay, it's not id, it's only d. It's a very soft sound at the end. Repeat after me, please. Cold. Cold, alright, enjoyed, enjoyed, tied, tied, tried, tried, cried, cried, healed, healed, allowed, allowed, played, played. Alright, so those are some examples of verbs which demand the ed ending to be pronounced as a d sound. Alright? So yeah, I hear many people saying called or killed, but no, that's not it. It's cold and killed. Okay? You don't pronounce ed as a separate syllable. That's very important, okay? Please bear this in mind. Okay? The third case is related to voiceless sound verbs. With those verbs, the pronunciation of the ed ending is just a t. It's like a t sound, t, right? So we have a list of some verbs. The first one is work, work. This is a verb which is voiceless, like the sound is voiceless in this verb. When you add ed, you don't say worked. No, that's not correct. You say work and a t at the end, a soft T sound. So worked, worked. Let's pronounce together some other verbs. Picked, picked, stopped, stopped, missed, missed, kissed, kissed, liked, liked, alright, liked. So those are some examples of verbs and the way you should pronounce the ed ending when you put those verbs, those regular verbs in the past. Okay, mates? I know it seems to be confusing, like 3 ways of pronouncing ed. What? I have never seen that before. But yeah, that's the correct way of pronouncing the ed endings. You have to practice a lot. So, pay attention to the description box because I'm gonna provide you with some links for you to access and see some other verbs and some other explanations, okay? So mates, I hope I have helped you somehow. Really put everything I said into practice, repeat the verbs again, and correct that pronunciation problem related to the regular verbs in the past, okay? So thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give me some thumbs up in case you liked the video, alright? So thank you very much, bye bye, see you next Sunday.